The original portable blender, BlendJet, mixes up more magic. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from BlendJet, once again, is co-founder and CEO Ryan Pamplin. Hi, Ryan.
Howdy, Fred. How are you?
We're doing great. Well, before we get to the big news, you're tipping people off there. This has been another remarkable year for BlendJet with a continuing focus on what your customers, I think, have been asking for. Give us the overview.
Yeah, it's been great. We've continued to see massive growth online and in retail. So we're now the #1 selling brand of blender direct to consumer. Also now top selling in over 30,000 retail doors in the US and in 38 countries in retail around the world. So pretty crazy growth, especially considering we've never raised any money. And now we have over 5 million customers on average using this thing one or more times per day, typically using it at lunchtime to do things like make a smoothie or a protein shake or a latte, or if you're trying to have a good time, maybe a margarita, although maybe not at lunchtime, or maybe so. Maybe you're having a really good time. But in my case, I'm about to do a jetpack latte, which is one of our consumables that we make in California. This is my personal favorite, the matcha green tea. Although I switch it up. Sometimes I go caramel. Sometimes I go with a mocha. That's pretty popular. But I think I'm going to do green tea. Unless you, what do you think I should have, Fred? Should I go green tea?
The green tea sounds good to me. I mean, this is all about health, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Green tea is good. Good for the health. It's all super low sugar. It's all natural ingredients, no preservatives or anything like that, which is really nice. So I make these all the time for myself. I was going to have one now anyway. I usually do one after lunch. I do a latte. Sometimes I do lattes from, my fancy coffee machine. But since we made these, I just kind of don't do that anymore. I just do these much more often. It's more convenient because I'm always, like running up to the last minute, got to join the Zoom, or worse, it's Teams. And then it takes 4 minutes to download the new update before I get into the meeting. But, the ability to sit here and just do this, bam. Now I'm grinding up my ice and my, in this case, jetpack, but it could just as well be frozen fruit or whatever. And of course, we're always taking things to the next level with our customers. So we've added an XL jar, which is very popular, and I'll have to have it brought to me. It's been taken from my desk. That's how popular it is. I think my wife literally came and stole it because she wanted to use it. So I'm going to.
So what does that, the XL jar gives you how much more capacity, Ryan?
It's double the capacity. So it's 32 ounces. And then we've also got, this is a little sneak peek for you. So we have our XL jar, and then we have the large jar, which is going to be in here. And this is the standard, jet setter sleeve, which is very popular, keeps your products nice and cold, whatever your ingredients are, for many hours. So you could throw in frozen fruit, ice in the morning, take it with you. And then this is a new sleeve that's coming out later this year. And this is a 20-ounce compatible. So there's this larger jar that we've added, which people love, because now if you're going to the gym and you really want that extra couple of ounces going from 16 to 20, you can just screw this right on to your existing BlendJet and make it a 20-ounce vessel instead of just your standard 16, which is really nice. I was surprised with how popular this has been. And then the 32 ounces, double the original size. And that really turns it into a full-size blender on the go with a handle on the top that you can take around with you, take anywhere. And, that's been a very popular device, which I will show you momentarily when it gets brought back. But that and a lot of other interesting developments. We've introduced the metallic. I don't know if you've seen those. Let me grab them from my shelf here and show you. So this is the most popular of all the metallics. This is the Galaxy, and it has this really cool kind of iridescent to it. So this is the premium sort of top end of the range, and people seem to really love these. And we've got 5 of those. And we do have another color we haven't announced yet that's coming a little later this year, which I think people will really like. It's another in the metallic series. So I can't spoil what it is quite yet, but you'll see soon enough. But they're really nice. I tend to use the metallics a lot. And then, of course, from a licensing perspective, there's Lisa Frank, which has been hugely popular. And now we're going to have another licensing partnership that I think is probably the biggest licensing partnership that we will ever have, because, you know, it's an iconic brand that has just an enormous number of brands within it that are, you know, household names, and some of them very nostalgic, and some of them, you know, top of mind with modern film and TV. So maybe we should talk about that.
Well, let's do the reveal here.
All right, let's do it. So you're seeing it first if you're watching right now. So you already saw our friend Woody here. So, you know, hopefully throughout showing you all of these, you'll be oohing and eyeing. This, of course, is the aliens from Toy Story. So you've got Pizza Planet on the top, really, really cool. And you've got another one that hopefully will take things from infinity to beyond. You've got the Buzz Lightyear BlendJet, which is my personal favorite. I mean, I had the toy as a kid, so for me to get to see this on my product, you know, it's a pretty crazy thing to see. Very surreal.
Yeah, and it goes well with the green tea latte, because it will give you a little buzz, right?
Hey, I like it. We're gonna have to use that. I hope you don't mind. But this one is, of course, as iconic as it comes. They got to come as a pair, you know. Mickey and Minnie, quite classic, and just really nice design, really high quality, you know, coating on here. It's not going to come off. We've really perfected the art of applying patterns and artwork to the surface of the BlendJet. We use sometimes 4 different methods to apply the pattern. So, you know, in this case, this is done one way, this is done another, the bottom is done another way, sometimes the lid is done in another way, and we get around, you know, the edges of the surface, and we're able to just really not deform the graphics. And it's really hard to find seams on any of these, which is really, really a testament. Our SVP of Ops, Brian Zook, he is a perfectionist, and he works very hard to make sure that these things just look perfect. We're also doing a couple other Mickey and Minnie's. So we call this one Love Story. And it's really cool because you've got the Disney, you know, the Mickey head there. You've got the Minnie bow, and then you've got the BlendJet swirl kind of mixed in with this really cool pattern. So, you know, this one is a little aged up. So, you know, if you love Disney, you're one of those Disney fans that just has to have everything Disney, but maybe you want to bring it into a work environment where you don't necessarily want everybody to notice, then this one is very professional, very sleek. And then if you're into the Minnie and you want to keep it professional, a little more subtle, you've got this version of the Minnie, which is really nice, repeating Minnie head. And you've got this dot pattern, which I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's actually little silver dots, which are actually kind of a metallic silver. It looks really nice. And then you've also got some Frozen. So you've got Olaf here, very cute. And again, you've got the really nice silver metallic. I think, you know, if you're going for the holiday theme, these are really, really nice. And then one more, you've got the Elsa. So this, especially when you've got the smoothie in there, you know, you can see her face is this cool outline, and you can really see it well once you fill up the jar. You know, you got the gecko here that is super cute, interacting with the button, and just a really cool design for all the Frozen fans. So you got Frozen, you've got Mickey and Minnie, 2 different versions of those. So these, and then you've also got this one and the Love Story. And then you've got, of course, the Toy Story. So classic duo, Buzz and Woody, great little details. And Pizza Planet, which I'm hearing from the handful of people who have seen this before it was out, that this is the one that everybody is very excited about. And the packaging on these two is pretty amazing. So it's really cool, the detail that our team has put into this. You know, it looks on brand, but even little tiny details. If you notice on the bottom, you see the signature. This one on this side is the Woody, and the Andy signature is on the bottom. And you see it on Buzz as well. You notice that the signature is a little different. And the reason is because Andy was actually older when he got Buzz, so his handwriting had improved a little bit. And it's these tiny little details that, I don't think very many of the partners take the time to think about or talk about or integrate into the products or the packaging. It was quite a process to, design all of this and to get Disney to get their approval, on all of these is, a requirement, of course. And we're very happy to have them, be excited about this packaging and want us to make this packaging. And they approved it very quickly, which was unexpected. And actually, they're using these in Pixar Fest and doing some giveaways and different things with them, which are, it's just an honor to get to have Pixar like it enough that they want to use it in their own promotions. So I just, it's a bit
That's
surreal.
really exciting. How many in all do you have under the license then to start with?
There's 9 to start, and there's more on the way that are in development that will come out next year, different than these. So totally different, different IP. But we're super excited to get all those out the door. And we just keep coming up with more, and we're making a ton of them. So hopefully this holiday season, we'll have enough to meet demand. But if you want them, you should definitely order them now from BlendJet.com. They're exclusively available there. I would hate for you to miss out on your favorite because we sold out. I will tell you, we made more than we thought we needed to for Lisa Frank, and sold out very rapidly. And they were reselling on eBay for $700, and it was a $65 product. So pretty insane that it's sort of become the Yeezy of blenders. Not our intention. We really want it to be an accessible product. We want everyone to be able to get it. You look at the long-term impact of our product on customers, and people really do use this thing very, very frequently. Some people once a day, some people more. And I think, you look at the eating habits and how they change as a result. If this is sitting on your desk and you love Mickey, you're going to leave it out. And, you plug it in USB-C, recharge, and you end up looking at it and having this visual cue that reminds you, oh, I should have something delicious and nutritious today. And that's the point, right? That's what's so exciting to me about the license deals, is not just that, sure, people will buy something because it has their favorite character on it, but the idea that they're going to leave it on display, and then it becomes an even more integrated part of their life and has an even bigger influence on their habits. That's the goal, right? That's why we exist, is to create technology that makes convenient eating, a possibility. And ideally, we make this more convenient than getting in your car and driving to McDonald's and driving through the drive-through. That's the goal. And that's what we're seeing. And I think the licensed partnerships, these really take that to another level in terms of just keeping the product top of mind for the customer, and then ultimately having a bigger influence on them.
And I think beyond that, you're expanding the appeal to a different age group, because kids are going to see these and say, hey, I want the smoothie and not the drive-through. Yeah,
absolutely, right? I mean, do you want the toy in the Happy Meal? Do they even do that anymore? I don't know. Or do you want the character on your drinking vessel? I think, you're going to probably want to not only make the smoothie in the device, but then you're going to want to drink straight out of the device. And I will tell you, I'll give you one more hot tip. I always tell you things I shouldn't, Fred. We are coming out with a pretty extraordinary drinking lid as well. And, people have been asking for that for a very long time. And we didn't want to just release a lid with a hole in it. We wanted to do something a lot more special than that. We thought a lot about, one-hand operation. How do you open and close it with one hand? We thought about leaking. How do you make sure it doesn't leak? These are all challenging questions. And, our VP of design came from Camelback. So he's designed a lot of drinking lids. And before that, S.C. Johnson, before that, Kohler. Our VP of engineering was at Apple. and 7 years working on iPhone and MacBook Pro. And then, he was at Arrow, and then they got acquired by Amazon. So, we've got just this incredible engineering and design talent at BlendJet working on something that, I don't think you get this level of talent within other organizations that are in our category. I don't think you have that level of passion and that level of excitement. And I think the differentiator and the passion, that these people have for what we're building. So maybe we took a little longer to build the drinking lid than we would have liked, but what we've come up with is so innovative and it's so different. And I can't reveal it yet. I don't have it here to show you, and we're not ready to unveil today, but it's coming very soon, late this year, and it'll work with all the existing BlendJet line. And it's one-hand operation. It's beautiful. It cleans itself in a really, really interesting way. So the mechanism for opening and closing actually functions as a cleaning mechanism as well, which you'll see when the design is unveiled. And it's just a pleasure to drink through. It just feels nice. Like the flow of the liquid of this thick beverage, whatever it is you're making, a smoothie or a shake, it's perfected. So all of these little details just lead to an experience that's so pleasurable. And even the mechanism of how it opens and closes has never been done before on a drinking lid. And it just begs to be used. It just feels so satisfying. You sit there almost like, a fidget spinner or something, and you just want to play with it. And I think to create designs that are so inviting like that, they just really encourage and inspire regular usage, because you're creating a ritual for people. It's not just a chore. Oh, let me blend this. Let me drink this. Let me do this thing, right? It's actually a fun, pleasurable experience. And that's definitely what we focus on. And I think that's a big differentiator that you can not only see, but feel when you use the products.
Well, for people who aren't as familiar as I am with it, these are charged via a USB-C port. They're durable. And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you about. These are very durable. I don't know how long the battery will last, what the life expectancy is, but you're giving people a reason to go out and buy more, even if they have a perfectly good BlendJet.
Yeah, I think, we care a lot about cycle testing and durability. We've actually built robots from scratch, which not only are used for manufacturing, which is really cool. We have a fully automated assembly line now, which, is our mini Tesla Gigafactory. But we've also built robots for cycle testing. So, we have a robot that will take and plug and unplug the USB thousands and thousands of times, and then it will fully charge, run, and then burn through the battery and then recharge all automatically, which is really, really cool. And we cycle test to 3,000, and our goal is to make sure that we don't have failure before 3,000 cycles. That's a lot of usage. That would be like 3.5 blends per day for several years, which is a higher number than I think even our power users are probably using. So I think odds are you're going to want to upgrade prior to product failure, which I think is a cool thing for a product that's starting at $50, to care that much about the durability and the quality. And our customer service is great too. So, if somebody breaks it, something, we offer replacement parts very affordably, free shipping worldwide. We've tried to really take care of our customers and stand behind the product. In terms of your question, we were talking about USB-C rechargeable. I went down a different path.
And then what people are doing, you're giving them a reason to buy a new one, even when the one that they have is perfectly fine.
We do see a pretty crazy amount of people collecting them now. You can see on my wall behind me, I have a lot of photos of the BlendJets. And, I have another wall of them over here, which is every single one on display. And I thought that was just something I did, right? Because I'm the CEO of this company. Turns out that's not totally true. We have a lot of customers in our recipes group on Facebook, which is over 100,000 people on average, almost 100 posts a day from our customers about the product. There's a lot of people with displays in their homes and collections. And people treat them like accessories, right? If I'm going to go to the gym and I am going to wear my, my striped, black and white outfit, I'm going to match my BlendJet to that. If I'm going to, do a royal blue outfit, I'm going to get my royal blue BlendJet. If I'm going to, do one of those, neon kind of things that are trending in gym wear, maybe I'm going to have one of the neon colors of the BlendJets. If I'm wearing something Mickey Mouse, I got to have my Mickey BlendJet. And what's interesting is you see even really high-end designers doing collaborations with Disney. So now there is Louis Vuitton, Disney stuff. So the idea that this can fit in, whether you're a mom who's got a young child who you're making something healthy for, or you're flying around on your private jet with your BlendJet, it doesn't really matter. And that's actually one of the things I love about this product is, we literally have customers who are, I don't know if I should say their names publicly, but I know them, because they've reached out to us or through friends of friends. But, we have customers who are some of the most successful people in the world who literally do fly around on their private jets and have sent me little photos of them on their jet with their BlendJet, like, hey, I'm flying, whatever. And it's just like, it's so crazy because these people can afford anything. And, of course, they're picking the most premium version, right? They're using the metallic that's, still only a $70 product versus, let's say our other customers on the other end of the spectrum who are the 15% of people who are financing the BlendJet through Afterpay on BlendJet.com. You're paying for it over a couple of weeks. What's amazing about that is, it can be a money-saving tool, right? Maybe you skip a couple of fast food runs or a couple of Starbucks runs, and now it's paid for itself over the course of a couple of weeks. So it doesn't really matter if your resources are very limited or limitless. It's still the best choice for everyone with a mouth. And it's actually one of the things that I think is most interesting about our customer base is, we own this market. There's not a better portable blender in the world than a BlendJet. I mean, we have, as we've talked about before, 90 plus patents filed on our technology, over 40 granted, including on the core concept of a portable blender. So there's not really any other big brand that can compete with us and try to build comparable technology. And we're thinking so far ahead. We're on the second generation product, 5 times more powerful than the original. And we're continuing to push the envelope with things like the XL jar. So we were talking about this earlier. This just screws on to your existing BlendJet and just turns it into a full-size blender. And this is a very affordable accessory. It's $29. It just screws right on. And now, if you're going to the beach, you got friends, you got a family, you are doing a tailgate, it doesn't really matter. You've got this really cool view into what's being blended, and you've got a large capacity. So you can, feed your family or, make a bunch of margaritas, do batches of baby food, really whatever you want in a much larger capacity. And this, what we call this a ski jump. And this little jump here combined with the offset blade, it creates randomness. And that randomness causes extremely good blending, even in this large vessel, which I think is what's so cool. You load this thing up with ice and frozen fruit and your favorite liquid, and you blend and it works. And to be able to do that without a wire, and to be able to do that on the go. And, I just went through a hurricane. I'm in Puerto Rico. So, no power on the island for 4 million people, no water for a lot of people. It's not back for everybody. And, so many people here sent me pictures on their phones, thank God I had my BlendJet, and I was able to plug into my, my little rechargeable battery. And it's all I've been doing is like making food and stuff and eating out of this for the last couple of days. That's a very touching and personal thing. I mean, I went through it. I'm very fortunate we had, backup generator and backup water. But for the people that didn't, this has been really helpful. And I think that's kind of the whole point of this, right? It's to make you have options anytime, anywhere for something delicious and nutritious, regardless of circumstance or geography. So, if you're without power, it can be a really big deal. If you're out camping, it can be useful in the same kind of way. So that's the goal, right? Is everything we do is in service of just trying to give people more convenient food options and better alternatives, to whatever they were using before.
The people in Puerto Rico have been through so much in the last few years. So I'm glad things are getting back to normal. I hope it's that way for everybody soon. If people really aren't familiar with the background of the company, you have it all on your website at blendjet.com. People can find our previous interviews as well online. The upshot is, at the end of the day, you have a mission to help people live longer and healthier lives here. That's what the origin of this whole thing was, right?
Indeed, Fred. Yeah, I almost died in a freak accident, cracked my head open, ended up on medical leave for a year, couldn't read for a while, couldn't use a computer, couldn't think straight. Went from, helping build the first holographic computer, Meta, which, eventually the name ended up in the hands of who. And that was a pretty amazing experience, but went from, giving keynotes alongside the CEO of Disney at the time, Bob Iger, and Steve Wozniak, and amazing people, to being stuck in bed, not able to function, and then did smoothies and protein shakes every day to get better. And that was really the inspiration for starting this. And, of course, when you start a business, you want to make money, you want it to be sustainable. But, that's not the primary objective. The primary objective is reinvest everything back into the growth, really on this mission of just wanting to help people. We're not saying that it's health, right? We're not marketing it as, hey, get one of these, you're going to be healthier, because that's not what people want. What people want
depends
is
what you put in it, right?
it does, yeah. But I mean, as long as you're not putting in a Big Mac and fries in a 64-ounce, carton of Coke, then I think no matter what you make in here, it's going to end up being better than the alternative. And that's the point. Is we intend to give you this option that's really fun and it's really convenient, and you choose it over the alternative, not because it's healthier, but because it's easier. And I think that's why this product is successful. That's why we have such strong product market fit, is that we're just making things easy. And it just so happens that they're also healthy. And that's what's cool, is we're almost kind of hacking the desires of people, right? We're tapping into that desire of taking the path of least resistance, but then we're like sneaking in that things just happen to be healthier, without even really having to tell people that they're being healthier.
That's terrific. And you've got you showed some before, lots of different creations. You've got recipes online. I think for the season, I saw one, vegan pumpkin spice protein waffles, that people can make the mix for the waffles on there. And,
yeah, absolutely. BlendJet.com/recipes, and on the YouTube channel every day. We invest thousands and thousands of dollars every week, honestly over $1,000 a day, producing original recipe content that we post across all of our social media platforms, on TikTok and Instagram and on YouTube. It's a big investment, but I like to think about it as the relationship with our customers doesn't end at the thank you page. So after you buy a BlendJet, that's the beginning of our relationship. And I'm going to give you free content forever that's going to inspire you to make amazing things in your BlendJet. And honestly, if you don't have a BlendJet and you just want to use our recipes for free, go ahead. I'm very happy to provide that kind of content to the world. And I think eventually you get a lot of value out of it. You're probably going to want the BlendJet, but to each their own. Certainly with all the designs, there is a BlendJet for everybody.
Why wouldn't you want one? So for more information, we've said it before, the place to go is blendjet.com. Congratulations once again on all that you're doing, the reasons behind it, and all the innovation there, and the new licensing.
Thanks so much, Fred.